riding your cool sports bike to work daily? Yeah, why not? Good for you. How's your back, wrists, knees? The whole body is not squeaking yet? What? Every single car, motorcycle, even a lawn mower built with a very specific idea in mind. When it comes to this 2019 Suzuki V-strom 650 XT Touring, the name gives you a hint. It's all about touring and riding with comfort. When you sit on this bike, you have this candy red color that's been strategically placed to save this bike from being too black and gray, or in other words, from being a very boring one. I'd like to tell you a lot about this touring model, so even if you're sitting in front of your computer, grab your helmet and we'll take it for a spin. Wait. Before we go anywhere, you have to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell to watch the newest and coolest bikes and cars every single week as soon as they come out. My name is Dennis, this is Live Test Drive, shall we? But before we start, shall we get some gas? Sure, we have to get some gas. I had the clock showing me like 30-35 miles left in my gas tank, and I was able to feed 4 gallons. Ready for this? 3, 2, 1, roll. And it was showing actually 24. Now the range is nothing. Let's see if we can wake it up. Click. You don't have to hold it, which is kind of cool. Come on, show to this world how much you can run between the refuels. It still shows 24 miles to empty. Wow. Right off the bat, a few things Suzuki do really good with their motorcycles. First of all, it's easy start. It's basically one click. Ready? That's it. You don't need to hold it. Then, as soon as you start rolling off your clutch, this is easy start assist. It lets you basically to get it going without using your throttle. Especially when you're starting on gravel or on some dusty spot, this is absolutely essential to make very smooth and easy inputs. So let's talk about this Suzuki V-strom 650 XT. First of all, it's a new model. Wait. It's been on the market for quite some time. You will probably be right. But I'm talking about this new touring offering. The base model would be $1,200 less than this one. This starts at $9,999 MSRP, and it's basically got everything you need in order to start commuting daily or take it for a longer trip. The main difference in comparison would be plastic. Those bars will be different wheels. You're running on tubeless spoke wheels, which do provide more comfort, and as well as getting those bags. Even before you leave the dealership, I would say look at the taller windscreen. So you basically can see my hand, right? No wind, you got some wind. No wind, you got some wind. In other words, if you are a taller person, if you like 6'2", get ready to get a new windscreen right before you leave the dealership. I have to mention, those bags feel a little bit cheap. Yes, you can easily find a better solution for your storage, and you can get rid of those two and put one on the middle to keep all the weight centered. But when you're considering to buy a whole package, have those spoke wheels, have this cage, have a little bit different fairings, and have this touring ready motorcycle, that's probably a good idea to pay a few hundreds more in order to get everything and get it going right away. When you look below the headers, you will see there is a plastic piece. Usually you would say, hey, would like to see something aluminum there. This motorcycle built not only for the roads, it can make a southern turn and just go through the trails. But when I had a chance to speak with Suzuki PR people, they mentioned having aluminum piece there underneath will bring more protection, yes, for sure. but at the same time it will bring more heat towards you, which is absolutely not good, because you are talking about touring motorcycle. You are talking about something that can replace your car, and you can take a cross-country trip without missing your car AC and enjoying this weather, those roads and this wind, without having extra heat coming up underneath. It has 645cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine that keeps radiator higher in order to bring more air towards, and you have those side vents that helps you to extract the hot air without getting it towards your knees. So when you're talking about aerodynamics, when you're talking about ergonomics comfort, they did spend some time in order to make sure that you won't be disappointed and you won't get a lot of hot air coming towards you from the radiator, from the engine, or keep your legs without protection and get a lot of wind towards your knees. You get no wind, you don't have much here, but as soon as you pull your knee just an inch out, you will see the difference. So no extra heat from radiator, no extra heat from underneath. It's purposely built in order to make sure that you will have comfort in any weather, even when you're reaching 100+ degrees. While I was saying that, I've started looking at my dash and I saw 75 degrees. Look how cold this engine runs. It's not even on the middle. And for those who live in California and Florida, where you have this really hot summer season, this is a perfect option to commute. And what's really interesting about this 645cc engine, that you have this power delivery very smooth on any RPMs. So you can basically be at any RPM spot and it's gonna provide you this power. This engine paired with 6-speed gearbox, and in my view those shifts a little bit too tall. Yes, I do wear boots, but it still feels a little bit too far away and you really have to move your foot in order to shift. One problem that I find myself time to time having a neutral instead of the second gear. So time to time when you're going through the gears, you ended up on the neutral instead of the second gear. I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's my boots, I don't know what's the reason, but it did happen to me a few times, and this is something that you can look at before you purchase this bike. Really close gear ratio. When you click in between gears, let's say second gear 47-48 miles an hour, you are rolling about 7,000 RPM. You click more, you're losing only about 1,000 RPMs. The sixth gear, the highest, sits a little bit taller, which helps you to get a really good gas mileage number. After we had a chance to drive it to San Diego, after I spent some time riding through the canyons, I see on my clock I've put 505 miles, and my average gas mileage right now right around 39 miles per gallon. This is not a groundbreaking number for this motorcycle, it obviously can do more, but I was enjoying it and I actually did it on different RPMs. This gas tank can fit more than 5 gallons, which basically translates to around 300 miles on the freeway and around 260 miles between the gas stops when you're driving mostly in the city. This tiny dash has so much information. You have outside temperature, your clock, your trip A, trip B, distance to empty, average gas mileage, traction control settings, you have gear position, you have speedo. So this screen has so much information, but they managed to put it together quite well. The only one downside in my view your fuel indication, seeing only 20 miles to empty, because when the fuel icon is flashing or the entire bar it starts screaming we need more gas, you might not see it. There is no orange light that we so get used to, that we really hate to see, but I would love to see a better indication for the fuel in order to make sure you won't end it up on the middle of the road without the gas. So going back to the gearbox, the 6th gear is perfect for 55-60 miles an hour cruising. It will probably give you an average 50 miles per gallon. And you can see 6th gear, about 50 miles an hour. How much I'm averaging uphill? 42, 47, 57, 67, 58 mpg. So this bike can easily give you about 50 miles per gallon if you're mostly gonna be riding on freeways, right around 60 miles per hour using the 6th gear. So let's talk about suspension and comfort. First of all, it's absolutely blast to ride it for a longer distance. It's absolutely blast to take it from LA to San Diego, which I did. And in order to verify this point that is comfortable, I actually took a passenger with me, and after riding 250 miles in one day from LA to San Diego, carrying the passenger on the back, I had no problems. My back was fine, my knees was fine, my wrist was hurting a little bit because you don't have a cruise control, but it's built for touring and it delivers. Very soft seat, very easy to adjust preload for the rear suspension. You just basically twist this knob and in 10 seconds you have more than 20 clicks of adjustments. You can pass the second helmet to a passenger and get it going. Not every other motorcycle, even in this class, will have this 12-volt plug right off the bat. It is very convenient to have this plug to power your GPS device, cell phone, or chainsaw. No, just kidding. It's just great to bring this motorcycle home and basically do nothing. Make almost zero modifications besides mounting your cell phone. It runs on Bridgestone Battlelux tires. It has 1917 on the back, and those tires with those spoke wheels are here to bring you most of the comfort. Yes, they can handle some trails, which we're gonna talk about in a moment, but they are soft enough in order to ride on freeways or take it to the twisties. From safety and features perspective, you have ABS, which you cannot disable, it always stays on, and you have 3 levels of traction control, off, 1 and 2. You can adjust it on the go using this big selector. All you gotta do is just basically roll off the throttle, make adjustment, and you can roll back on. This bike built for emotions. Just take a map, put your finger, and explore new roads, like I did. It's a beautiful day to take this bike on 73 degrees outside just to ride around, because you cannot find something interesting if you will not start exploring. I've been riding this road for quite some time, but I never thought you can find this back road and see more, see beyond what you get used to. It can get you anywhere. And to prove the point, I'm trying to find the road to show you. Well, to tell you the truth, I've never been on this road, and that's a specific purpose of this bike. Go and explore. Well, thanks. Now I know some other back roads. Great view, right? Well, you don't always need a perfect road when you have bike like this, right? Remember I've mentioned we'll take it somewhere else where you don't have this perfect pavement? Well, this road is perfect for 650 V-strom. Wow, I'm enjoying those jumps. The front fork works like a charm. It soaks up so much energy that you don't feel that you're going through some serious bumps. Yeah! Wow! Every bike can deliver some emotions, right? Sport bikes can be fast, mean, fun. Bikes like V-strom 650 always saying, get some gas, put the finger on the map and let's go. Face the fact, in order to bring those ideas to life, first we have to go to work and make some money. You can ride it daily from home to work, and when the adventure gonna ring, you'll just make a turn and go to the adventure route. It's smooth and comfy for your everyday routine. What's funny, it can be more efficient than very famous Prius. But in this comparison, Prius won't bring you so many miles per mile. So what are you waiting for? Just go and make this sudden turn and never stop looking for a new route. I've heard everyone likes cats. I've got one. Hey Kitty, I call you my microphone. Kitty, we'll do another car review or motorcycle. Yes? If they subscribe? Okay. Well, you've heard it. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell and watch the newest and coolest cars and bikes every single week as soon as they come out.